What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. This is 7th period. The last one of these for the quarter. I decided early on I'd do one video per week, and I wanted to stick with that. But quick glance at the schedule one last time. I'm sort of treating this as like our last full normal week, and that's right here. Afterwards, we have a partial. It's not synchronous, obviously not in person. I'll be checking, of course, but I won't be posting like stuff every period. And then this last part is sort of in the makeup, retake, extra zone, and I'm not going to have any new stuff to present if I did a video then. So this is the last one of these YouTubes I'll do. And then next quarter, who knows, I'll probably come up with a slightly better system and just improve it each time. But I do like to, stick with what we've got. I don't want to say I'll do one every week and then change it. So anyway, that brings us to our focus for the day, which is that Friday, November 20th is when I'm going to put in the grades. Okay. Some groups will be done. Some groups are done already and they turn in their stuff and it's awesome. But most people still have a little bit. For example, I just looked at one and they had a lovely quiz with some questions. They changed the design to look very pretty. And they had a thing where they displayed the score, like your running total. And I told them, it looks a little bit off. Can you change it a little bit? And, they might take 5 minutes to do that, and then they'll be done. So a lot of groups are getting close. If you're not, that's okay. Don't feel bad. We still have time because you can do stuff this week, and then you can still do it afterwards. The point of this grade thing is that I don't want to do grades at the end and have somebody change way lower, like if they had nothing turned in for the final stuff and then I didn't put in the grade until I put in a 0 at the end, it would look like they went way down, like something happened at the end, but really it was the same stuff that had been true the whole time. So I'm going to put in those grades, and I'm going to send a little email to the parents just saying, hey, here's the plan, here's what we're doing, just so they know. And after that, your grade can go up if you had nothing and you turn in something, or if you had an okay thing and you make it better. But it won't really go down since the sort of the worst case scenario will be there. But most of you guys will be fine. And if you turn in afterwards, don't worry. I'm not mad or anything. I just will need to put them in sometime before the end. So I'm deciding to make it Friday. Other teachers might do differently, and that's okay. So let's look at our stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or email, and I have had plenty of people go back and forth, and that's lovely. This post has all the stuff you need, and I'm going to bump it to the top one more time just so it's there for anyone who's looking. I'm also going to edit because it's nice to document what you do, and if anybody glanced at this, they would be able to tell what had happened. Otherwise, it would just be a lot of stuff out of order. But if you want a nice little recap, tips, project page, template, answers, groups, blah, 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 everything is on here. One aspect I want to point out, on the project page, there's a section called Code Mod Examples. So once you've done the tutorial, and most of you have, and you've got a working version that has questions and it works and blah, 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 this section has a lot of stuff you might use, okay? If you want to change the way it looks, if you want to change the type of question, if you want to add a button, if you want to add something on the menu screen or sound, it's all here. And you won't do exactly what they say. You'll probably want to have your own version. But it's a lot better to start with inspiration and see one that works, and then you can mess around with it rather than trying to type a new function from scratch or completely redo something without having a, sort of role model there. So feel free to look at these and feel free to do something else. It's just a good, you want to see what's out there. And most of them have videos, and a lot of them have a lot of detailed stuff. By the way, the guy who made these videos talks pretty slow, so I'd recommend bumping up the speed a little bit just so you don't have to wait, for the good part. Once you've watched it once, then you know where the good part is and you can jump to it. But That's just a quick little recommendation there. Anyway, I'm going to start grading these or sending them back with one little thing. Like I said, that one with the score. I might send yours back and say, ooh, change this one little bit before we're ready to grade. And I just want to let you guys know, I've had people ask, like, do I have to turn it in again on all these stuff? No, I put the assignments in Google Classroom so that I can have a place to put directions and links and so on. But you don't have to attach it here and here and here. What I'm going to do when I go to grade these is click on this. The contract should have everything. Like if I clicked on one of these, it would have, you know what, let's click on one. It would have the people, so I know who's in the group. It'll have their emails in case we need that. It'll have where to look for their page. It'll have where to look for their sheet. It'll have if they've made changes, like I think one group added a person or another group changed their topic. It's all here. So when I go to grade these on Friday, or I'll probably check once before, I already have checked some before, is that I will look at this. And that is where you have your stuff. You don't have to turn it in every single step if you want. Some people like to submit them just so it doesn't have that little unfinished thing and like act as if you need to do more. If you want to hit submit, that's totally fine. But I'm going to look at these when I grade them. So there you go. Otherwise, I don't want to make this video super long. I will just say one general tip is that keep your changes to be one thing at a time. Okay, if you add a picture and it works and you sort of lock it in, and then you do another thing and it works and you lock it in, and maybe you're on a roll and you end up making 3 or 4 changes, that's okay, but don't try to do it all at once. Because if you're trying to add a button and a score and audio and none of them really work, then your whole thing is a mess. Then how am I going to grade it? You know, I'm going to open it up and hit run, and it's going to be not a final version. If I open it up and hit run and I see a feature that's been added on, you're going to be fine in terms of the grade. You're going to probably get all the points or close. And if you are adding multiple things, do them one at a time and have those sort of checkpoints where you get one, lock it in, go for the next. That's it. You guys are doing great. I might contact a few people. I might check a few projects, but otherwise, I'll end it now. Thanks.